Hey y'all, what is going on? It's been a minute. Some of y'all are probably saying, Jim, where have you been? Where are the Delco Nashville line videos? Well, it's in the name. I'm a Delco guy, and being a Delco guy pretty much means you're a big sports fan, big Philly sports fan. And with the Phillies doing so well, the Union doing so well, and the Eagles doing so well, not to mention Temple's played a couple games. My college that I went to, alma mater, can't say that word, which is why I tried to avoid it, but oh well, came back, made an idiot of myself. This is what I've been up to. Just because my teams are doing well doesn't mean I'm not getting out fishing. I've been out actually twice now to try to get an episode out for y'all, and I'll be honest, the fishing just has stunk. This is Delco, and our winter fishing isn't great. But coming down the creek today, hoping things will change. Basically, two fish I'm trying to get on: fallfish and suckers. They're really all that's in here right now. At least they're all I've been able to catch. And we'll see if we can get either. I'll show y'all what I do, and hopefully y'all like this video. It's not going to be anything crazy. I doubt we're going to catch anything huge. It's just a video for those of you who really love fishing and think you can stomach these freezing winter days here in Pennsylvania just for the love of the game. But I will let y'all know it is freezing out today. It is so cold. There was snow flurries coming down when I left, but I just need to get outside the house. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with today. I think y'all will recognize this spot. It is my eeling spot for those of you who have seen the channel before. If this is your first time watching the channel, check out some of the other videos. This one's not going to be as crazy, but it isn't anything crazy back here. Just a couple holes that maybe get 2 or 3 feet deep, and that's where we're hoping to find the fish. Let's rock and roll. It's a cold day. It's really cold. We've got 2 baits today: bread and worms. I rarely use worms, but with winter fishing, I'd love to get a sucker fish, and I don't know that they'll bite bread. I think worms might be the better option. So I have a really small hook here. I think it's an eagle claw, and I'll put in the description what size the hook is. It's really small, just a split shot. Going to throw this out, and then over here I've got like my 1/16 ounce jig head. So I'll probably put bread on this and a worm on this guy, and we'll see if we can catch anything. I'm just out here chumming the water, and believe it or not, we got an active fish in there. We got an active fallfish. We have not caught anything yet in 2023, and I'm thinking, knock on wood here, this may be our first catch of the year. I might have jinxed us because I do not see that fall fish anymore. I see him. Let's see what we can do here. Yep, here it comes. There's a couple in there. The difference between summer and winter is definitely that winter is way more of a waiting game. Lost my bread there, but in the summer, and someone took it too, in the summer you'll cast out there, and you have to have your hand on the reel like ready to go, because they'll just take it right away. In the winter you are it's much different. You're going to be waiting a lot longer. Huh. Decent sized fallfish. Some of these fallfish in winter, I guess they stock up on food reserves, and they actually get pretty big. I don't think this is going to be a huge one. He looks to be actually, oh, there's one. I'll try to wet my hands before these guys. Oh yeah, it's a big old male. It looks like he's ran into some tough times. Yeah. Not sure what causes that. Looks like a bite of some sort, potentially. So we'll take a quick look-see here. Huh. Love these guys. Those are really cool fish. They are native to this creek. Some of the other fish have been introduced here. Trouts, believe it or not, most of the bass. But those guys have been here since the times of the Native Americans. Pretty cool. All right, we might be able to get another one. It looks like there was a couple more in there that we're feeding. And then I do see a lot of suckers, so we'll try to catch one of those. All right, let's go, let's go. We might have to switch and play the waiting game a little bit. There we go. So like I said, this winter fishing is just so much different than summer. I mean, I had to wait, I don't know, feels like to me 10 minutes, but in all reality, probably a minute of letting that bait sit there for this guy to come and find it. Smaller than the last one. These are such cool fish. I'm not gonna lip them, be small, a little too small, but just a really cool fish. All right, well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna switch and get both rods in the water, and we'll do a little comparison, see what works better, bread or worms. I would say, keep in mind, I threw the bread on first and have been catching things, so you know, the most hungry, aggressive fish have probably already eaten. But we'll continue to fish with both, and we'll see what else we can get. Be awesome if we get a sucker fish today. Haven't done that while winter fishing. All right, first things first, I got my bread on. I'm gonna use this as sort of like my rod holder. I didn't bring any, I should have. Oh well, just cast that bad boy out. Boom. Gucci. Gucci. Take this John here. Curious how these worms work compared to the bread. If y'all have watched my video, I think this is probably excuse me, this is probably the first time I've fished with worms on the channel. I used to do it a lot when I was a kid, just as I got older, mostly fished lures, and then I don't fish bait too often, so just threw on bread when I go. Super simple tactic. Throw the whole thing in. Now, where do we want to throw him? Maybe we'll just throw him right in front of us somewhere. All right. Two rods in the water, and we wait. I don't think I have my bells, which kind of stinks. Usually I got bells that you can put on top of the rod so it'll jingle. All right, I'm impatient, y'all. I'm gonna take this and walk around a little. Whew, cold day. Interesting. It's funny. I'd like to try that worm over here too and just see how that would work. Because these small fish are smaller, I think you'd probably have to cut it up. Apologies in advance. I know the wind's going to sound pretty bad on this GoPro. It's a pretty windy day. There we go. More of the same. He was bigger than the one that got off. The one that got off was very, very small. That's 3 on the day. He looks about the same size as the other one we caught. They're really pretty fish. I mean, they're real shiny. And people tell me they make excellent catfish bait, so I can see that with the bright colors, and they don't really have any defense mechanisms. They're pretty easy prey. So that's another reason why they're great for these streams, because they're great prey, right? The bigger fish can feed on them, and makes a sustainable life cycle in your cricks. So I'm always excited to see them. Always excited to see them. Glad to see that there's so many out here today. Oh, let's see what's going on. Bread is just like it. I know, like, most people probably think of it as like a kid's bait. Maybe it is, but it's just a really cool bait to me. I like it. Like, plain and simple, it gets eaten. It's extremely visible and it gets eaten. I don't know, like, what else would we want? And a bait. I mean, those are 2 fantastic qualities. Maybe if I had to say something negative about it, it would be that it doesn't give off like a big smell. But sorry about the wind. But I've had like everything bite on it, from Fallfish, I've caught suckers on it, although not many. I've caught catfish on it, I've caught carp on it, I've caught trout on it. Not bass. I don't think I've ever caught bass on it, but sunfish. Anything that likes bait. Not much going on with it. All right, y'all, there you go. Well, there's my conclusion. Bread in the wintertime for fall fish, better than worms. Not a ton of suckers today. Didn't see a ton, I mean, and obviously we didn't catch any, so it's probably the second biggest one of the day. All right, bud, thanks for playing. Whoops. All right, pro tip: if you're gonna hold fall fish or any fish, sorry about the wind, and you're afraid of dropping them, or you think you might, hold them over the water and you're good. All right, y'all, well, I'm gonna call it a day. What was that, 5 fall fish? Yeah, and it's freezing out here, so not the best winter video. Did any of y'all actually watch this to the end? If you did, comment and let me know, because that would be kind of crazy to me. Honestly, I don't think I would watch this video to the end, but this is the reality of winter fishing in Delco. Well, if you did watch to the end, thank y'all, and we'll be back with some really good stuff this year. Looking forward to it. Things will really start to pick up come late March. I'm going to start dropping some educational videos, letting y'all know what I'm going to be using during the trout season, and then April we'll hit the trout hard and we'll transition back into bass fishing and all that good stuff. See y'all.